The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're building or buying or selling a home, the Real Estate Crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Welcome and thanks for joining us here on Real Estate. Wow, someone's loud today. Someone's loud too. There we go.
Not me. I haven't even spoken yet.
Bring
That's
me back
unusual.
down here. Yeah. I never loud like
But
that.
Tony was
before.
just giving us like little
tidbits on his life coming up.
that I'm dying to hear about.
Sure.
So why don't you share?
I got new plumbing.
Yes.
Yeah, not me in particular.
Yeah.
My plumbing is still faulty.
Who'd you go to?
128 heating
Nice.
and plumbing.
Nice.
Correct.
Lindsay Sabatelli.
Yeah, nice people over there.
Oh, they're very nice
Yeah,
people.
I had three. I have 3 units, so I had to have a thing, and it's an old building, and they were really great and retrofitting everything.
Did you
And I had
get to meet Lindsay?
I have not. She doesn't do the installation. We had nice people doing the installation.
Lindsay's been here before, though. She's been
She's
doing
a cutie pie.
Yeah.
She's one of my
great.
faves.
Yeah, they love her
great.
over there too.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I bring up her name every time.
Oh, yeah.
I can.
Name
And-
dropping?
Yeah.
move.
I
Good
want
move.
them to know
Yeah.
they're
You're
dealing with
important.
someone
Yeah.
in the know. And it's always good.
Did I tell you I know Lindsay Sabatelli?
Yeah, you told me about 10 minutes ago. Yeah. And but the installation team was great. I had a little problem with it afterwards. After they first installed it,
They came back out?
They came back out immediately. And then the thing I really loved about them is, like, I called on Monday morning. It was over the weekend. I had the issue. And I called Monday morning, and I said, hi, this is Tony Viveras, Charlestown, blah, blah, blah. And they go, yep, I got everything right here on the screen.
So you don't have to
I know exactly
repeat.
what's going
Yeah.
on. We got a tech coming out, like, before I even
Really?
mentioned it. Yeah, and the
That's
guy was there.
impressive.
And, he goes, look, there's faulty parts that happen sometimes. They replaced them, and no hoopla, and
Really?
it was great. So I would highly recommend it.
That's awesome.
Nice. And everything's working fine now.
So far,
Yeah.
I mean, they tested the heat. We don't need it now, but, come winter, we did no surprises. So, and the hot water when it's hot.
So thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Nice.
All the way around for 128
Nice.
heating.
That's
and plumbing.
awesome.
They were great to work with.
That's great.
Can't say enough about them.
All right.
That's a
Now
great.
I guess I have to pay them what I owe.
Yeah. They'll be looking for the check.
Yeah. I want to make sure everything was on the up and up, and apparently it is. And now they can have the rest of the money.
Yeah.
You're one of those.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
I just wanted to make sure.
But you'll have the
There's
money
no-
because you have something else special happening.
Oh, you're good at
Yeah.
segueing.
Wow, that was really good. Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
no,
you're
That's
not
why
just
you
a
guys
pretty
invite
face.
me. I know.
I got a comedy special dropping this week.
What day this
it's,
week?
I believe Thursday. It's officially coming out. The clips are up online now. It was done by Comedy Dynamics. You can find it there, and it's dropping on all sorts of every platform.
So what is the
but
name of
Netflix.
it?
It's called Wait Till You Hear This.
Wait till you hear this.
Yeah.
So what's it called?
Wait till you
That's what it's called. Oh, we're going to do a Who's On first now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's called Wait Till You Hear This. What do I
Really?
hear what? Wait till you hear this.
So is it just you or is it
No, it's just me. Yeah.
Oh, really?
You're kidding.
47 minutes
Oh, my
and
God.
8 seconds.
You didn't tell us about this.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to make, I don't talk about anything until it's actually done.
I know.
Because,
I know.
they're
you don't want to jinx it?
Yeah, and they'll go,
All
there's
right, so tell us all. Where did you do the show?
We did it in a little club in New Jersey, just outside of New York City. At the time, they did like 12 specials in a row. From around here was me, Christine Hurley, Corey Rodriguez, Tom Carter did one. It was put together by Eddie Brill was one of the producers, and this team at Comedy Dynamics is putting it out. And they're the people who do Dry Bar, but this is their less clean version of Dry Bar.
Nice.
Not that it's all filthy, but it's
Right.
it's more.
So
adult.
each of you did your own shows.
We all did our own shows. They
Isn't everybody dropping
filmed in a week.
Thursday?
No. I think some have dropped already, and then some
Oh.
will come out later. I think me and Dan Natterman, who's very funny from New York, ours are dropping this week. And literally, when I say they're on every platform but Netflix. Netflix wanted nothing to do with it.
Really?
Yeah.
This seems like right up Netflix alley.
No, they do more famous people, I think, and I understand that they don't want to.
Don't they know who you are?
They're not going to break a old man. You know what I mean? But the folks at Comedy Night, there's a whole team. I got people working on putting out clips on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, and
well,
I
I'm
got people
thrilled.
working on,
I can't wait.
So 47 minutes.
8 minutes and 8 seconds.
Wow. People have no idea how hard that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And part of me hopes this isn't popular because now I have to write a whole nother
47 minutes.
Right?
Well, I'm guessing it's going to be very popular.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
So you wrote a lot of this just for this series?
I think if
you
I
faded some of your stuff in, but
yeah, if I had to say it, I would say it's 85 to 90% new.
Oh.
And stuff I'm doing now, but and this was done last summer, so up to that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And was this a good group to work with?
Oh, they were great.
Yeah.
Completely professional. I mean, they did 2 a night, and the transitions were easy. And they filmed them live, which is what I wanted and loved. It's not heavily edited.
Yeah.
It's just what the real
Well, that's
thing
kind of the way it, like, that's when it's funny, right?
It's live stand-up.
A little, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can
do a
feed
little
off the
ad-
audience.
Yeah, you feed, and there's a little sides that you can do.
Ad lib a little bit, and yeah. If you're
seeing just for that.
standing there,
You
just
didn't
doing
ad
a
lib at all
monologue.
in this at all.
I
you?
did.
I'm kidding you. I know you did.
Oh my God! Well, I'll have to get back to you on that.
Listen, you're talking to a guy who ad libbed at Fenway Park.
I know that.
I don't,
I know that.
I don't know if you ad libbed
I don't
it.
know if I don't have the brains to not do it, but it's how I operate.
You knocked it out of
One of your best lines was that group, and we were right near there. Where,
with the lights,
the lights were all over the place, and all of a sudden you just hear
Section 105.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. I think that's when you felt really comfortable.
I really dropped into the set at that point. Yeah.
I remember going there, and I was so nervous all day, and I'm like thinking about you, and I'm like, oh, poor Tony V, he must be freaking out right now because that was your biggest venue,
of
right?
course, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like taking in a little bit of your anxiety for you, but you did amazing. You were
you knocked that out of the park.
Yeah, that was good too. So anyway, it's
anywhere but Netflix. So
Apple, Hulu, Prime. What's that? Amazon Prime, I guess. Yeah, and they're gonna release an album of it, and some of it's gonna go to Sirius XM.
Really?
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
We'll get back to you on our.
We should have a Tony V party some night and just get all our clients together and listen to the show or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it might be
Speaking of people knocking it out of the park, I think Carter Law Office has been knocking it out of the park lately.
Yes, we have.
Where for having the interest rates, pretty high.
Where they are, yeah.
But we have very difficult closings, and we're a great team. There's 4 of us that just all
you work together. You
show
as
up.
a unit.
When they show up, you got to show up. Like when I show up 100%. You know, when I show up.
Sure, when you show up. There's a couple good days in there.
I'm not sure how much of a promotion that is.
Right.
When I show up.
Hey. But I just wanted to give a shout out to our team because
come on. You both
and Judy and
maybe
Renee.
you guys should have a special.
I know. We've had a lot of volume for a small office, and we've really been killing it.
You're doing it great.
We've had some crazy ones lately.
What are you said they've been difficult closings? What
You're just like buyers that don't understand.
People who don't listen to you.
Let's
be honest, there's people.
But we get some language barriers going on.
I see.
Well, some people don't read. We send out some nice letters.
Different personalities, different. We're all working. We actually, believe it or not, at that point, we're all working together for the end result is the closing. Because no one gets paid.
You want it to go good.
No one gets paid.
We send out letters as like stages. Here, just
you
do this.
Be doing this.
You got to do this. You got to do this. All right, here's your next stage.
But then, we do a 50-year title search, and there are issues out there that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and we are certifying that we're giving our buyer
So maybe we
clear.
can talk about some of those today.
Yeah, clear marketable title.
People kind of making assumptions on our lives, and maybe they shouldn't be making certain
And
assumptions.
we know what happens when you assume.
Oh yeah. So the bottom line is
Save this for next year's special.
there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we do to protect our buyer and our lender.
Right.
That they
don't know about.
They don't know,
Sure.
and yeah.
They just think you're shuffling papers. But
Oh, I think I had a friend say that to me.
Yeah, don't
What?
you just put the papers together and they sign it?
Yeah.
I know.
Don't they just sign it?
Kind of minimized our whole
Yeah,
life.
I don't know if you
I
know
started
this.
crying. No.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this. A lot of people are idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't. If it's not in their world, they
Yeah.
don't understand.
Right.
Right.
You know.
And the same with us when when 128 plumbing and heating comes into your house. Don't you just stick this here, put this here?
No,
Yeah.
you know they do a lot
I'm
of work.
kidding,
And
but-
you know we do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And Tony
so
does a lot of work to get up on stage.
yeah. So I
there.
guess we're all rock stars this week.
Yeah.
I know.
What do you got? What do you got for us today?
You know
Rick?
who else is rock stars today? Can we give one more shout out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston Celtics.
No.
Oh, they were great.
Even a bigger one, Scott Carter.
Scott Carter.
Does he get a ring?
He's
does.
getting
Tell me
a
he gets a
ring.
I think he gets a ring.
Oh my God, that is so
He
fantastic.
was on the duck boat the other day, driving around.
He must have been in heaven.
Are you kidding me?
If you could have seen the look on his
Oh,
face.
my God.
Yeah. Talk about a bucket list. He goes, oh, check that one off.
Getting a little cocky.
a little cocky.
Oh my God, that's so great. He's gonna have a ring.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're gonna have
And
to
I
have
was actually thinking that the Carters might be able to get their hands on
the trophy.
I mean,
yeah.
we
I
probably
just know.
shouldn't say this, but I do know the very important guy at the Celtics.
Yeah.
I might see if he'll come out for a couple hours to the Reading area with his trophy.
Oh,
Have it
Sure.
at your house.
I know. That's what I'm thinking.
I knew the minute they won. I'm like, I know
Rick's
Rick
gonna be
Carter is
calling.
gonna.
Somebody was walking around Newton with it.
The coach was.
The coach
was. Yeah.
because he was in traffic.
Yeah.
So he
He
jumped
just
out of the
get-
car.
and he just had the trophy.
And he
that-
walked
is
like a
that
mile.
cool?
Yeah.
And
I'm more impressed with that coach. See him at the Red Sox game last night?
Yeah.
So it went in. No, it didn't go extra innings, but it came. They came back. You see the Celtics all still there at the end of the game watching.
Really?
Yeah. They brought in their kids, and they're just having a great time. Luke Cornett's, got his rally cap on.
Yeah.
Just very cool.
Yeah.
Jason
very good.
Tatum just said, "Oh, you heard Jalen? I know we're not getting. We will get to real estate. I'm sure of it. But Jalen Brown, I think, lost. If anyone finds a ring,
He lost one of his rings. Yeah.
from the parade.
Yeah.
If you could bring it back to Jalen Brown, we have a public service announcement. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, that's so
They
great.
say he
that-
was throwing. Yeah.
that's so. I'm so happy.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the
it's-
best news I've heard in a long time.
Right.
We talked to him afterwards. I go, Scott, that's cool. He goes, I'm champ now.
Because it's been a long time coming, right?
Yeah.
Because he started right at the end
Yeah.
of 2008 when they had
No,
won it all.
Scott's been there for 15
50
years,
years.
right?
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
And one of the oldest ball boys
Believe it or
there.
not, there's a few still older than him.
Right.
But
I don't mean oldest as in age. I mean
no, that's
like
what I mean. There's a couple that's
longevity.
still been there
Okay.
longer than
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Periodically, my son Augustus Johnson Viveris, who I love dearly, who lives in Los Angeles, and is a diehard Celtics fan. He'll
I
call
never
me-
heard his full name like that before.
We call him Gus.
Yeah. Well, it's the age-old when he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Augustus.
Yeah, Augustus Johnson Viveris, I'd like to have a word with you. And anyway, diehard Celtics fan.
Yep.
And he'll call me out of the blue. He'll go, Ricky's kid's killing it. He goes, I've never seen anyone so dedicated to what he does. I go, it's a
And
very
he gets a lot of screen time, that kid.
Yeah.
Get a lot of screen
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I have
Yeah.
some families who play the Scott Carter game. They get points every time they pick him out during the game there.
He's
So
always at the ready. He's right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
My friend George Ravanis gets worried though. You know how they always go out when they sweep up after
They take the-
they
go to the next- yeah.
The other end of the
Yeah,
court.
yeah.
Yeah.
He says he's going to get caught someday. He's going to get caught.
No,
I said,
yeah, no,
Don't pray for that.
No,
one.
no, because he knows his maneuvers.
He
does,
He
he
does
does.
it well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess they all had one. They showed. It luckily wasn't Scott because they were announcing it on the radio, and I'm going in, and they say, "Oh, one of the ball boys almost got caught there." I go, "Oh, please don't be
That's
Scott."
Scott, right.
But they showed the video of it afterwards. It was the funniest thing. It wasn't Scott, but he was.
Thank God it wasn't Scott.
Yeah. So one of the real, not real older ones, but one who's been there forever. He was going, and they stole the ball, and they came back, and they said it was the funniest thing. Is he dove into the stands to get away from it.
Well, hey, that's guys that are taking their job seriously.
Yeah. Oh, they take it real seriously.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Okay.
We gotta.
So go.
So
all right.
congratulations, Scott, and the Boston Celtics.
And we're gonna have a ring ceremony.
Nice.
In October.
Will he let us touch it?
He probably will, but I'd like to get the trophy with it. We'll work on that. We'll work on that. All right, so let's talk some real estate. You kind of alluded to a little bit there. Just some things we've seen in the last few months. Maybe recap some of the fallacies or misnomers of what people think about real estate and where they might be wrong.
I'll give him one fallacy is that, no, you can't write a personal check.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're bringing it doesn't even matter if you're bringing 1,000 or you're bringing 500,000. You cannot.
What's the reason for that?
The reason is because
we don't say you don't have the money. We're not saying you're a criminal.
Right. But the reason is we have to have liquid cash, liquid money in our account.
Right, because we got to give money to the seller.
Because we got to give the seller liquid money.
Right. So we can't have this 3-day waiting period.
Right.
Exactly right.
Whatever
No, you're right. Absolutely right. So
check.
some of these banks take 6 to 8 days.
Yeah. So what
clear.
we've been doing lately is, which is another scary thing, but we have them wire us the money.
Sure.
That's cash. That's like someone bringing cash to the
Right,
closing.
it's official once it happens.
Yeah.
What about Venmo? Do you take Venmo?
For you, we would.
I do for my services, okay?
And what services may those be?
You mind your business.
She's got a night job. She's very lucrative.
So,
you know what I had someone the other day was this made me nervous from our show, what we've talked about. He was first time home buyer.
Right.
Bringing in over $100,000. And he was so excited, he took a picture of his cashier's check. I'm thinking,
no, you got to delete that right now.
Yeah.
Don't be depositing it again.
Yeah.
But I guess he was so obvious about it, so I said, oh boy.
Right.
But we've talked about that before.
So that's the other problem. I mean, you got to be really careful about wire fraud, right? You have to I had one. He must have been a first-time home buyer, adorable kid or guy or whatever. But I give him the verbal wiring instructions because they can't.
Oh, because you know his job.
It turns out his he worked in cybersecurity.
Oh, geez. So he
know.
knows exactly.
IT cybersecurity, right? So I explained why I would give it to him verbally and not send it in an email, because an email can be intercepted, right, and changed,
hacked,
right?
Whatever,
so I find the most effective way is to verbally give it to them and they verbally read it back.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That's how I operate.
He called me like
5 times
at least.
Which is good.
And then he ended up calling Rick to make sure that he was supposed to get.
Because I had a Kathy in your office call me. Kathy.
But I was on my.
I said you had the Kathy.
I said, well, does she have a last name?
Right.
No, but I was calling from my cell phone because I was working from home that day.
Yeah.
So that actually was a smart thing for him to do.
Oh, it was very smart.
Because it wasn't coming from
cybersecurity.
It wasn't coming from our landline, right?
Yeah. So very good about it.
Yeah, know who you're dealing with, and that's a very important thing to do.
I mean,
anyway,
it's been happening.
Wire fraud is a major thing out there, and I mean, I don't know what else to say, but diligence is.
Yep. So, all right, let me run through some of these. And then we're going to get back to the legal world. I'm going to talk. I've been reading these renovations later, and we'll fly through these because we're actually running out of time. Whether you think it's good or bad to have these renovations in your house.
Oh, all right. I love this game.
I know. We could do this very quickly there.
No.
Wallpaper.
Done.
Get
it. No.
Take it off.
Get it.
Gone.
No.
I mean, there are some tasteful wallpapers that are coming out, but
they are coming back, but
a little bit. But not,
people do it like half and half. It's like there's a wainscoting or a dent to the hat.
But honestly, wallpaper is a very particular.
Did you ever try to wallpaper?
No. My dad
it's impossible.
used to wallpaper.
Did he?
Yeah.
I have a funny
story.
I have a funny story about wallpaper. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
My mother loved
We're not in a rush.
building 19 and a half. Do you guys remember that store?
Sure.
Of course we do.
Liquidation Central.
I remember Bradley's. I remember Zayre's. I remember Leechmere. I remember Circuit City.
Caldor.
Everyone. So, yes.
And Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. Oh,
So anyway, so my mother found this really cool deal on wallpaper.
Of course you got a cool deal at 19 and a half.
I'm building 19 and a half. And my father, she leaves it and says, honey, can you...
Wallpaper?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
It was a bathroom. And so he put up the wallpaper. It looked beautiful.
Did he?
Yeah, my father was like...
I know he's very smart.
No,
I know.
jack of all trades. He was
I know
very
that.
handy.
I know, but that's my point. That's more than being handy. Go ahead.
He was an engineer, so
Right,
he thought
right.
in a weird way. But
Right.
So the first person to take a shower and the steam from the
Starts
thing...
rolling up.
Oh, the wallpaper fell off.
All right, so there goes my point.
What did he put it up with, gum?
No, it was for building 19 and a half.
Oh, that's it. Right. Peel and stick.
Yeah.
So that's my point. You can be as sharp as possible, but I don't know anyone who's really mastered that.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Wallpaper. This I thought was in built-in electronics.
Like
Excuse
what?
me.
Like what?
Well, I thought this was actually would add value to a house, but they say not to have much built-in electronics because it becomes outdated.
What is built-in electronics?
like
like a stereo system?
Excuse me again.
Speakers or whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then like
Did you
security.
just cough on
security.
me?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I guess so. It's too late for you. Security systems, I guess. I mean, I think that's still good, but I guess they're saying because they get outdated so quickly, which is
Right.
probably true. I'll give you an example. When I bought my house, which actually was a long time ago now, but the guy wanted to sell me his TV set, $25,000. It was one of those projector sets.
Yeah.
Which
Hang on, though.
He just didn't want to move it.
You didn't want to move
Yeah.
it, but for $25,000, 2 years later, they're $1,500.
Right,
so I
right.
guess,
You
I guess
get
that's the
it.
point.
You get them in a cereal box now.
Yeah. Cracker Jack.
Yes.
Here's an easy one. Wall-to-wall carpeting.
Nope.
No.
No.
I would never want to live in somebody else's wall-to-wall carpet.
No.
No, that's a good point.
No.
Yeah.
Their feet have touched it. Ooh,
Yeah.
gross.
Oh, and
Probably
what
got dandruff.
A dandruff everywhere.
No, and then have you ever ripped
It's like a
up
petri dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever ripped up wall-to-wall carpeting
Sure
and
have.
everything underneath it?
Oh, yeah.
Is all the stuff that was in there.
Oh, yeah. All the fibers everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So
No. Carpeting, no.
out.
Yeah, out.
New wood flooring is yes.
That's
Yes.
good.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Here's an easy one. Swimming pool doesn't add much to it.
See, I find that hard to
You
believe.
never get your money back on that one.
I know.
You put in plus if you put in a pool. Does anyone in Charlestown have a pool? No one has a.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah, they don't
But
have
if you
enough-
put
They
in
might
a
have
pool,
it above ground.
the pool costs like $40,000. The rest of it costs another $600,000.
Right, and then the maintenance of it. Oh,
The
the
maintenance,
landscaping
everything.
and everything, right.
Yeah, but if someone buys a house with a pool, they obviously want a pool.
Right. So
Right.
I mean, so
for the buyer,
Yeah.
But for the seller, do
Seller.
they get the money back?
No,
though? Right,
no,
right,
no.
exactly.
They'd get their money back on hardwood flooring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly, around the pool there.
Yeah.
Garage.
You know what you could do is wallpaper the pool.
Yeah. Ask my mother to.
With a wall-to-wall
Yeah.
rug.
Yeah, then put a carpet in the bottom so it'll look like a lagoon.
But some people specifically are looking for a pool.
Yeah. Right. So for the buyer, it's good, but I don't think you get all
Yeah,
your money
you
back,
back,
as a
right,
seller.
as a seller.
Garage conversion. A lot of people were thinking about doing this when space was limited.
What, like a
They-
bedroom above the garage?
No, literally
The
changing
garage
the garage itself.
What do you mean?
Turn it into a bedroom or like a man cave,
Yeah.
which was very fashionable
Right.
a year or two ago.
Yes.
They
Or
said,
a she shed?
or she shed. They said,
Yeah.
stay away from that.
No.
Well, you know why? Because I think a garage adds a ton of value.
Of course it does.
Right.
To the
exactly.
house. I don't know.
You'd kill for a garage in
Oh my
Charlestown.
God, I'd kill.
You'd kill for a driveway.
A driveway.
Yeah.
Just
Never
a
mind.
dedicated space.
Right. Yeah.
Without the
Kidding me?
cones.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But like I don't know what the monetary value of that a garage brings, but it's
Well, that's what we're saying. A lot compared to the extra. I mean,
some people
fitness
have
room.
garages that they don't even park in.
That's I don't understand.
I don't
that.
understand
I don't
that either.
understand that.
I know.
With the rain and the snow.
Yeah,
and
of
the,
course.
I know.
You never have to scrape off your windshield
Yeah.
again. It'd be worth it.
I
Right.
think you two are looking at me, which
Yeah,
is
you
probably
got a
true.
garage.
I got a garage.
Oh, no.
And
I
then
use
you
it
don't
one
park
car.
it. Yeah, you park one car in it, and you got two cars and a van outside.
And I had Kenny Rogerson's
bikes,
motorcycle in there for
No,
7
wait, you have a
years.
3-car garage, don't
Three-car
you?
garage.
Yeah.
We use it for one car.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we gotta do
We gotta
some
work on something like
serious
that.
work
Yeah.
on you.
Bold colors are out.
Bold colors, no good.
Gotta have neutral colors. We know that. We
Yeah.
talked about it. Adding a sunroom. They didn't like this at all.
They didn't like a sunroom.
No.
Who didn't like it?
Google it. They didn't think you
They.
get your money back. You know they.
So it was
They
like a
didn't-
3-season room?
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what they call
They
it?
didn't think you make your money back. You put in, $20,000 sunroom.
Right.
You don't get the money back. That's what they're saying. All right. Texture walls and ceilings.
Oh God,
God,
no.
no.
God, no.
This one.
Popcorn.
What about the
Oh, you know what? I
the
didn't
swirly?
know about the popcorn ones. That might be an indication you have asbestos in your ceiling.
What? Why?
That's what they were saying. 'cause-
Really?
Yeah, because in the 1980s they put in the popcorn ceiling, and part of it to
Was
do
asbestos?
that was asbestos. So something to look at.
Right.
I know.
I like smooth surfaces.
You like smooth surface.
Yes, we all do. Yes, we all do. Yes.
It all comes around, doesn't it? To
Yes. That's my installation of the man who could make anything sound creepy. We all like
we
smooth.
love.
We love it smooth.
I can't tell you
No
how much I
shag
love them.
carpeting for me.
Okay, boys.
I can't tell you how much I like those smooth
All right.
surfaces. Overdone landscaping, which they said that's frowned upon by buyers.
Yeah.
I don't know what overdone landscaping.
you've got some of those. They have the green thumbs, and there's like everywhere.
Topiary.
Oh no.
As a buyer,
Yeah.
you're not going to want to maintain
No.
all of that.
No, and you want to make that part of your home.
It needs to be a sleek, a smooth, sleek line.
Going
of
back to that,
flowers.
yeah. I like it sleek and smooth. Yeah.
We should have a show on that. Like, just throw out a sentence.
I can make anything sound creepy.
Yeah.
we be in
When
your
you get to be a
special-
certain age,
Yeah.
right? Especially, you can make any guy can make anything sound creepy.
Right.
Anything.
Can we be in your special 2 years from now?
Yeah, of
If
course.
We'll
Yeah.
come. We'll help you out with some material there.
Absolutely.
All right, outdoor fire features. They didn't seem to like.
Really?
you
Like a
recovered.
fire pit?
Yeah. A dry stack fire feature with gas burners and small flagstone patio would cost about $9,000, but when you're selling the house, you only get an extra
Okay.
$5,000.
You know what? That's a perk. That's a
it
perk
is.
of the house.
And,
I know.
you also gotta. You gotta think of it this way: you're living in the place, and you want it
Right.
to be what you
Right.
like.
Right.
So
And you don't
you
always
can't always
think- Well,
think
that's
about
right,
it.
That's actually what
Right.
one of the editorial comments was saying.
You
Listen,
can't think about how I'm going to get
you
my
can't
money back.
think all the time you're reselling this down the road.
Right.
If you want an outdoor pit,
Have
And
it-
the- and
and
the
it's
out-
going to bring you pleasure for the 10
X
years
amount of
you're there.
years,
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I'm guessing that outdoor pit and
Yeah.
kind of kitchen came along with when COVID hit, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for outdoor,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So there was
Yeah.
a lot of changes
Yeah,
during COVID
sure.
Yeah.
that might not be as palatable anymore.
No, I think you're right.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think you're right. So,
Yeah.
the last one for this
Petting
one.
zoo. No, it's not petting zoo.
Do you have some comments about petting zoos?
I'm just wondering if that would add value to a home, a petting zoo. I don't know.
It might. Depends.
Hey, I don't know.
I'd like to see the sign out front Tony V's house. Join me in our petting zoo.
Hey,
Join me in the petting zoo.
I got something to get pet.
All right.
All right, the last one is landscape lighting. I don't know why they had a big beef about this, but
Landscape
they say it costs too much to put in. You don't make the money back. So, but that's it to that. I thought that was going to take us 4 minutes.
That was
but
I know we always lie when we say this is what our show is going to be about.
I know.
We lie. We out
Should
and
I
out
just
lie.
throw by some of these in the last
Yeah,
minute
go
and a
ahead.
half? That
Well, shut up. Captain.
no.
Unless there's something I can make creepy.
Yeah. Unless, or now I'm doing it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give you something, I bet.
all right, buyer cannot automatically take over someone's mortgage.
No, you can't.
So,
do that.
so back in the 60s, right? Or
They had
60s and
assumable
70s,
mortgages.
they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
assumable. Like even VA loans,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
They were assumable to another veteran
Yeah.
because the rate was so darn good. That
Right.
Yep.
So that's how they sold the house.
Right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen anymore.
God,
No,
no.
no.
No, that's why I won't sell my house.
Right.
I know, you're
my,
right.
My rate's
Your rate's in the twos, probably, right.
You know, and if I bought, it'd be in the sevens.
Right.
Right.
Plus,
That
I wouldn't
seems
sell
like-
you a house anyway.
That seems like 5 different.
I mean, you got income coming in. You have the greatest situation.
And I have a brand new heating and hot water system.
Yeah, from 128.
128 plumbing and heating.
Fantastic people.
Oh my
All
God.
right, let's go.
Maybe we have to wrap it up on that.
I wish they were sponsors of ours. I really do.
Maybe we should call. Who's your friend there? Lindsay Sabatelli.
Lindsay Sabatelli, nice lady,
good.
nice young
she's
woman.
my fave.
She came with us to the parade with Scott.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. Her and all the Sabatellis, yes, and all the guys.
His big fan club,
yeah,
right?
We had a great time there. So, all right, we'll talk to 128.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
We better wrap it up.
I
on
got
that.
shit to do.
You got places to be. All right, thanks for joining us here on the Real Estate House Party. Hope this was very informative and you learned a lot.
Let me call you back.
I'll call you.
See
you next week. Bye-bye.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.